Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Anderson, and today I will be telling you about differentiation in middle school math. Differentiation is tailoring instruction to meet individual needs. Teachers can differentiate content, process, products, or the learning environment. The use of ongoing assessment and flexible grouping makes this a successful approach to instruction. So today I will be differentiating through a process that deals with activities in which the student engages in order to make sense of the matter of content. So let's get started. Each group of 4 should separate into 2 teams of 2, giving each player a job description. Clue givers and guessers on one team, buzzers and timekeepers on the other team. Team 1. The clue giver is the person that gives the clues to his or her team member guesser without saying the words listed on the cards. This person continues to give clues until the 1-minute time limit is up. The guesser is the person who guesses the words listed on top of each card. Team 2 is where the timekeeper is the person that uses a stopwatch for 1 minute and tells the clue giver when to begin and end. The buzzer looks over the shoulder of the clue giver and says buzz if the clue giver says any words or forms of the words on the cards or gestures, rhymes, or points. These teams switch after every minute. So to begin, the clue giver begins by picking up a card. Team 2 is where the timekeeper is the person that uses a stopwatch for 1 minute and tells the clue giver when to begin and end. The buzzer looks over the shoulder of the clue giver and says buzz if the clue giver says any words or forms of the words on the cards or gestures, rhymes, or points. These teams switch after every minute. So to begin, the clue giver begins by picking up a card. The clue giver wants the guesser to guess the word on top of the card, aka the vocabulary word. Therefore, the clue giver gives the clues to his or her partner to guess the right answer. The clue giver cannot read any of the words or forms of the word on the card. So the 4 words on the cards are no-nos. The timekeeper begins the time and stops the time at 1 minute. During the time, the clue giver and guesser complete as many cards as they can. Each correctly guessed card is a point. Each team keeps their cards until the end. When the minute is over, the teams switch roles. The timekeeper and buzzer are now the clue giver and guesser, and vice versa. The time starts over again and play resumes. To note, the clue giver cannot point or use facial or body gestures. They can also not say it rhymes with or it starts with the letter. They must use their own descriptions. Teams can pass if there is a card they cannot read, don't know, or are taking too long to solve. So for example, the vocabulary word is pentagon and the buzzing words are polygon, 5 sides, and FBI. The timekeeper begins the clock and times for 1 minute. The clue giver begins giving clues. It's got less than 6 angles, but more than 4. The guesser shouts, pentagon. The clue giver puts the card to the side, it's a point, and chooses another card. The clue giver and guesser continue this for 1 minute. If the clue giver would have said, it is a figure with 5 sides, the buzzer would have said buzz because one of the words on the cards was used. Once the minute is up, Team 1 and Team 2 switch roles. To differentiate, I have a couple of different ways. For the first one, there would be 2 sets of cards. One set would be the vocab words and the clues or definitions. The other set of cards would be some type of pictures of the vocabulary word. Students would be able to have these cards face up and would be matching them to one another. Another way to differentiate is to have the clues on one card and the vocabulary words on another, and let the students be able to have the cards face up again so they see all their options and would be matching them together. For each of these different ways, students can also time themselves if they want a little bit more of a challenge. Students would be utilizing the word, it just doesn't have as many words to get stressful, so there's not too much pressure on them. Now, how much fun does that sound for each of your students? Lastly, I chose this medium because it gets all of your students involved and lets students have many different ways to have fun when learning about math vocabulary. Bye!